excited and grateful to have Tracy McCarty on today, joining us for the Primetime podcast. Tracy has many years of experience in marketing and especially branding and especially for the healthcare industry. Previously, she was VP of Client Engagement at Marisich Healthcare Communications, which does branding and advertising for healthcare organizations. After that, she was Director of Digital Solutions for Healthcare for One North Interactive, which is another branding and digital marketing agency. She's VP and Director of Experience Strategy at WildType, which is an organization that focuses on the oncology field of healthcare. So that's what she's currently doing, but she's also has a side agency that is just hers called Visceral Value. And that's a brand development agency that focuses on health and wellness products and services. That's
Yes.
Tracy, and we're excited that you decided to join us today.
Oh, thank you so much for inviting me. I'm thrilled to be here.
I think a good point to start with would be branding seems like a term that we all understand, yet I don't think many people can define branding very well. So what is a brand? How would you even start with that?
Yeah, and I think the term has morphed. I think depending on your age and stage in life, you default to what you know. And everyone kind of leans into the traditional term of brand of a logo and an identity and a thing. It's either a company or a product. And that's true. I mean, so familiar are icons like the Golden Arches and McDonald's. Everybody knows that. The Nike swoosh, Amazon, and others that you know through some visual identity. And if I asked each one of you to name, the first brand that comes to mind, it'd be interesting to hear actually what comes to mind. Is it their logo or is it an experience you have with it? And I think that the latter is the best definition of what a brand really is. And it is every touch that a customer has with a company, a product, a service is the brand. It is not just a logo. It is not just a tagline. It's not just what you see, as you may drive by something. It is every touch that you have with that. And I actually started out my working life as a registered nurse in psych nursing and quickly got into advertising in New York and was fascinated by the way people think, by the way consumers, especially in healthcare, interact with products and services. And to me, that was the beginning of my education about brands and what they really mean. Because I came to it like everyone else, we're launching a new brand. We need a logo. We need a tagline. We need something that people will remember. But what they really remember is the experience that they have had or have not had with something. So that's my long-winded definition of brands.
I'm curious to know, like, if what brand comes to mind for you?
What comes to mind for you guys?
Oh,
Two things came to mind for me: Akimbo and Apple.
Give me one word for Akimbo and one word for Apple. That is just what's right there at the front of your mind.
Okay, I won't fudge it. I thought that I wish that I thought of something better for Akimbo, but Seth came to mind first.
Hey, but
And
he's
that's
the
because
brand. He is the brand.
I was introduced to Seth first, and then I found Akimbo later, and the work of everyone. And then Apple, I just think different when I think about Apple. I would think, I don't know, ease of use or something like that.
I've got a pretty good one that it's like I've prepped because I ended up writing about this for a lesson in TMS, but I did have some struggles thinking of brands that I really liked a lot. But one I came up with was I've always been a video gamer since I was young. Xbox, Microsoft's home console. My friends and I used to play that all the time, so I identify that with friendship and a sense of community or something the fun thing that you do with your friends. So that's pretty good brand experience, I think, a brand association that I have with the Xbox brand.
like Mark, I too completed a lesson in the marketing seminar TED Talk.
Mm-hmm.
The one word that comes to mind is just learning. It's just the continuous learning and a thirst for learning. So
Nice. Yeah. See, they're all attached to an experience. It's
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
not just an out of the box
Mm-hmm.
thing necessarily. So cool.
How about you?
Oh boy. So many, but I'll jump to Akron Children's Hospital because I just finished reading an article about it. But they are or have been a large client of mine. I have not done their branding, although I was involved early on. But they are deeply involved in the community we live in the vaccine program for kids, and just doing a lot of different things socially outside of their clinical walls.
Mm-hmm.
So they came to mind right away, probably because I just read an article about them, and they're always a favorite and top of mind for me. So